I think sometimes when we try to encourage the populace to do something, if we go the route of more entitlement, but the kid is coming home to the wrong mindset, nothing is changing. So how much is this to work on the parents of the 8-year-old PBD or the 12-year-old Ray Dalio? How much of it is on the parents to want to also do something about it and want to pick up a book, want to develop themselves, as it is on the kid? Because I think we're forgetting the influence of who the kid is going home to.
Oh, I'm not forgetting that.
Okay.
I'm talking about parenting, right? I mean, that's one of my big.
A lot of time on that.
Oh, that's one of my big things.
So how do we work with them? How do we influence them?
Well, I think you've just said. I want to emphasize the things that you said, because that's the American dream. Okay, the American dream is made up of the fact that you own it. You acquired early on the good guidance from adults, and ideally your parents, and you had an education system that was a fair education system that you can get through, and there you went. And then you had you and your self-discovery process and your character that allowed you to do that. And in the process of doing that, not only did you take care of yourself, you produced such great outcomes in the results that the consequence, you were a real net contributor. And so when we look at we have to make these people net contributors unless somebody's handicapped. If somebody can't, for whatever their inability, and that's a social program, 100%. You have to give those 100%. Other people essentially the opportunity to struggle well, to be able to struggle well and to develop the character and the capabilities that come from struggling well. That's the formula. So we agree on that formula. And so if we have a situation where we're failing, because you can go to school districts, and I know the school districts, in which they can't afford each kid to have a book, enough books, or in some places, not enough to have pencils, each kid having adequate pencils. So they break them in half and sharpen them from both directions so that they can get by in doing that. And you have that, and we look at it, and we just don't look in the mirror and say, what can we give them to have that equal opportunity? We have a problem, because the way it's now laid out to me, it looks like, is that there is one political party or one view that becomes extremely one way, that in terms of saying, okay, how do you create that desire, that opportunity, that need to be productive, and don't give just the money. Give the means by which you're going to operate. And you have another political party who was saying, I will not deal with restructuring it so that we produce the outcomes that are necessary to create that education and create that equal opportunity. So when I look at each one of them, it's a scary choice, because I don't think that either of them is creating that process. And unless we come to do it, and we'd stop talking like corporations are bad, or billionaires are bad. You know,
that's the language today.
Most billionaires became. I'm an accidental billionaire, and most people became billionaires because what they did is they produced something of value that people wanted. Whether it's millionaires, or just earning a good job, you're producing something that someone wants, and in producing something that someone wants, they pay you for it. And the more you produce that somebody wants, the more they pay you. And that's the way the system is. And that entrepreneurship and all of that is a very important thing. That's why equal opportunity. People from all over the world came to the United States for that. Okay, so now if we can agree on that, and how do we do that, deal with it in a way where together we're working on that, rather than just trying to kill the other and then undermining that. We won't fix ourselves, and we need to fix ourselves. Because if you're looking at the world and you're saying, okay, now you're competing with the world and you're competing with China, one way or another, we got to make our system work well.